Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina with another shaving soap review. Today's soap is going to be another milk-based soap. It is Le Savon des Volcans with lait d'ânesse. It's donkey's milk. Rasage à l'ancienne, stick de rasage à la menthe. So this is a donkey's milk-based soap. No tallow, no coconut oil, palm products only. Lightly scented with mint, 10% donkey's milk by a French artisan. It looks like a husband and wife couple. They make a number of different scented soaps. Obviously the product range is not that wide. I think it comes in puck form as well as a stick form, which is what I'll be using today. I've not seen this used a lot on product reviews or on YouTube, so I thought I would go ahead and give this a shot. One of the milk-based soaps I'm trying out. So if you're familiar with the stick of butter, this is the stick of shave soap. It's pretty big actually, easy to use, and I've been just applying to the face, which I'll do in just a moment, and then lathering up. And for the rest of today's products, thanks to Mr. Barnes once again for the synthetic brush which I'll be using today. I will be using, for the last time in the rotation, the Fatip Testina Gentile, and I'll talk a bit about this. I've used this for well, 3 or 4 weeks now, and it is a brand new Voskhod blade. So let me just wet my face again and I'll start loading the soap and get started. Well, I just want to point out, by the way, that this is indeed the entire packaging for the soap. So in contrast to the Meister Trimoni, which comes in this big heavy glass jar, what you get is a paper wrapped stick of soap. But again, packaging does not reflect at all on the quality of the product. What really matters is what's inside the wrapping. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the stick. As always, just rub it on your face. This is about 2 days worth of growth. Now, first thing is, don't be shy in applying this. A couple times I've just under applied, and you need a fair amount of soap. That will probably do. It's soft, obviously, when you dip the tip in the water. Quite easy to apply. You know, if you don't like getting messy, this kind of shave stick is probably not for you. You're going to have to get your hands a little bit soapy because there's really no other way to hold it, unless you want to hold it in the paper wrap or maybe move it into another holder or something like that. I really don't care. You just rinse your hands and go. Now, what I have found with this is that a wet brush, too wet a brush, results in a very quick foamy lather, which of course you can build into a nice lather. I just don't like the way that starts off. So I'm going to use this synthetic brush, and I'm going to start, as I have with the other brushes I've used, pretty dry. And you'll see it starts off pasty and thick, which it should if you're not using a lot of water. But I've found this easier to build into a nice lather starting with a dry brush. You know, you may want to start with a wet brush, entirely up to you. See what your predilection is. All right, let's add some water. I'm just going to drip some onto the tips of the brush. Not a lot. This will take two or three passes to really get it to be built up. Soap does lather very easily, and at least like the first of these milk-based soaps I've tried, really fantastic feel on the face. It's kind of soft and creamy. A bit more water. Bit of a thirsty soap I've found, but still recommend starting off with the dry brush, unless you want a lot of suds very quickly. In fact, if you do load the brush off the stick and bowl lather, maybe in that case start off with a bit of a wetter brush. All right, that is getting there. Very nice light scent of mint, not overpowering, not too strong, and a very nice little bit of tingle to the mint as well. Not like a heavy menthol hit. And I have to say, personally, I prefer the face feel of the peppermint over the menthol. Not a big menthol head. All right, that is almost there. As you can see, a very nice, creamy, soft lather. A little bit more water. There we go. Yeah, very nice feel to the soap. Yeah, perfect. All right, well, let's go ahead and start shaving. This is, like I said, a little bit over 2 days worth of growth. All right, so let's start shaving, then I'll talk about the Fatip. Well, so far the shaves have been fantastic. Absolutely no complaints. About the performance of the razor at all. I know what you're thinking. There's a but in there somewhere. Well, there is a but. But, I don't know if you can see this or not, but the finish or the coating on this is already starting to wear off. And not just on the cap. And apparently this gunmetal finish, this is the gunmetal version, is notoriously prone to being rather short-lived on the razor. Now, that's definitely a bit disappointing because I really liked the way that gunmetal looked, but of course it doesn't affect the performance, but you know, for the money, you definitely want to see that finish or that coating stay on the razor. I think the chrome ones are a lot less prone to that, but they may still have the same issue. With that said, I still really, really love this razor. Excellent shave so far. And I would not hesitate to recommend this to anybody, even with that particular quality issue. Yeah, of course I wish the finish would stay on there, but it doesn't. Still shaves really, really well. Soap so far, slick, nice degree of cushion. You can feel a good layer on your face. Little residual tingle from the mint. Wonderful first pass, easy. When you rinse, you can really feel how slick the soap is. It's like a nice, thin, and sort of a creamy, fatty feel to it. It's hard to explain, but so far really good. All right, pass number 2. Now, this is where I think you really get a feel for the quality of the soap. Is that lather and the brush has settled down a little bit. And this just has a exceptionally soft, creamy feel to it. You know, a bit of the air, whatever air might have been in there, has escaped. It's just soft. Feels fantastic on the skin. I've not been disappointed with these milk-based soaps at all so far. You know, sort of two ends of the spectrum. You know, this is I think a much smaller operation. It looks like a husband and wife couple somewhere in France. But another just, you know, high performance artisan offering. All right, pass number 2. Now, what I've been doing for these passes, by the way, I've been sort of, you know, paying careful attention to the growth pattern, and it's the majority of the hair, for example, here does grow down, and this may well be true for you as well. It looks like it mostly goes down, but in fact, there's quite a bit that actually starts to turn here, and the same is true here. This begins to turn down, but there's already some here that's growing in this direction. So, as I've said in previous videos, you need to really shave in such a way that you're letting the comfort of the shave and your skin and your beard growth really give you a good idea of what to do. You know, comfort should guide you here rather than a strict adherence to the with, across, against, because in fact in some parts of your face that may not even be possible. You definitely see people asking questions about, you know, difficult hair patterns or swirls or places where the hair grows in kind of a jumble. Well, in that case, as you shave, try to find a pattern where the shave itself is comfortable, and don't worry so much about the purity of those passes. All right, so this is across here mostly, and then change. And again, I'm still changing the angle even during that pass. I've never once had the shave police bust in here. Wow, this razor is just so good. All right, almost done with the across the grain. Lather just stays just slick and creamy. No dissipation, no loss of density. All right, that was the second pass done across the growth, mostly. All right, pass number 3. I'm just pulling up some of the lather that was stuck on the bottom edge. See, and there's the water dripping. It's unbelievably annoying now. It's amazing how once my mind was turned to notice that, how it's just inescapable now. Also, just another reminder for those of you that might be new to wet shaving, or maybe have purchased a new brush, particularly if you're breaking in a boar brush or have a bit of a prickly badger brush. On this third pass, really recommend you just paint on the lather. Don't get all crazy and try to build another Father Christmas thing here, unless you have a very soft brush. Very easy at this point if your skin's already a little irritated, but you don't realize it yet. Overdo it and give yourself a little bit of brush burn. All right, I'm just going to squeeze out a bit of what remains. Really nice, thick, dense lather. Good bit of mint tingle. Nothing outrageous. That brush, by the way, has a tendency, if there's any lather on the bottom, to want to go sliding right into the sink. So I hope that doesn't happen. All right, pass number 3. I'm going to bullfrog it a little bit. Yeah, very, very good glide on that. There we go. And you can see here just a couple different angles. Part of my chin. Light, no pressure. Light buffing on this last pass. There we go. Now, last bit on the mustache. Yeah, and there are parts of my beard growth that I honestly think just are getting tougher. There's spots right here, which I know for many people is really tough. There's a lot of gray appearing in this part of my chin. Also seems tougher. Wow, okay. Yeah, a little nick right there. It is one of the hazards of shaving and talking at the same time. It's just too easy. All right, now that is really still phenomenally slick. Really nice creamy face feel to that. All right, this is another soap that when you try to rinse your face, it is hard to get all the soap off. Good thing and a bad thing. Well, it's not really a bad thing at all. In fact, it's a good thing. Just going to be patient, try to clean up my ears a little bit here. Oh, that just feels fantastic. Just an excellent post-shave skin feel. I have not used an aftershave balm since using the soap. I've not found it necessary. Skin has been not hot. It hasn't been tight. It hasn't felt dry. All right, let me go and actually, oh, there we go. Towel off a little bit. Pretty impressed with that soap. Wow, another really easy, very, very nice shave. Yeah, skin feels fantastic. Zero tightness. Really nice, slick, a bit of a kind of a light, sort of creamy feel to it. If you've ever gotten a container of full fat yogurt and you've stirred it up and then you've taken the spoon out and then you've licked off the spoon, sort of that sense, that light layer of fat that you taste in the yogurt and that's left on the spoon, that is kind of what this feels like. Really very, very nice effect on the skin. All right, I'm going to finish that off with a touch of the Cologne Russe, the Barrister Mann. It's going, but I have another one in the wings. Les Grands Chiffres waiting in the back. So just a little bit. Oh, it's fantastic. Does not diminish the quality of the post-shave feel, by the way. Dries down but does not dry out. Oh, wow, okay. As the Dutch would say, Well, that was another fantastic shave. Let me just go through the products again so we can just review again. Last shave in this rotation for the Fatip Testina Gentile. Yes, the gunmetal coating is coming off. That's a shame. Does not affect the quality of the shave. I would still recommend this razor very highly. Yes, I would buy another one of these. I have absolutely loved shaving with this razor. Fantastic. What I'm going to do for the next series of shaves, for the next 2 weeks, I'll shave with the Parker 24C, which, as you know, I had a bit of trouble with, and compare that as a kind of a starter or maybe a second razor against the Fatip, and we'll see which one comes out on top. I'm going to give the Parker another good 2 weeks, shave with it every day. So we'll be looking for that in a couple weeks. Today's soap. Le Savon des Volcans lait d'ânesse, donkey's milk soap. This is the Stick de Rasage à la menthe. I'm reading that backwards, by the way, just so you know. Very nice product. If you really care about the packaging and this turns you off because it's just a paper, then shame on you. This is great stuff. If you can find it interested in milk-based soap, fantastic. No tallow and no coconut. A very simple set of ingredients. Very, very nice soap. Today's brush. Simple synthetic in a whip dog handle, I believe is what this was. Let's not forget my dear friends, the Voskhod blades. And to finish it all off, another splash of the Barrister Mann Cologne Russe, which is sadly on its way out. But there's others waiting in the wings, so don't despair. Well, once again, another excellent shave. Smooth, easy, irritation-free. Skin feels fantastic. That soap second of the 3 milk-based soaps that I have. I may in fact have a 4th coming from another artisan vendor, which I would very much like to be able to add it to the rotation. Just adding on to that series will be really nice to get a feel for balance for what these milk-based soaps are like. If you have any comments or feedback on the video, please, of course, as always, feel free to leave it against it. And then I will say unto you, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.